Hello and good afternoon from Sevilla, Spain, our final destination in the country. I feel like we've been in Spain for a long time, and we have, like, it's been a couple weeks now, and we've just been riding through everywhere on train, and we've probably taken how many?
So I just counted, and we've taken over 6 high-speed trains, and honestly it was a great way to see the country, so if you are planning a trip, definitely do it that way.
Right, and book the tickets way in advance because it starts to bump up real expensive if you're booking like the week of. But anyhow, we are going to start off our time here in Sevilla by seeing the world's largest wooden structure. We are currently standing underneath the Metropole parasol, which the locals call Las Setas, which is essentially the mushrooms, which I think is the cutest name because it really does feel like we are walking underneath a fungi forest.
And this entire structure is actually bringing back a lot of nostalgia for me because freshman year of college, I actually had a project in my 3D design class where I had to build a cardboard chair that would support the weight of a human, which I didn't know was possible at the time. And basically, in order to do it, I created this waffle structure exactly like the structure is made out of, where you interlace cardboard in order to create more support. So it's really cool to see it on such a large scale, and it honestly brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah. Sevilla, like many other cities in Spain, have these really abundant orange trees lining their streets, and these are like busting full of oranges, and they're everywhere. We're like, why isn't anyone eating these fruits? And so yesterday when we were walking to our hotel to check in, I was like, Chad, you should pick one and then we can try eating one. And so he got one, we brought it back to our hotel, and then this morning for breakfast, Chad peeled it apart and he ate it and literally gagged so loud and then went to immediately spit it out. And he said that it was like the most tart orange he'd ever had in his life, like Warheads times 10. And I'm like, that is why no one is eating these oranges. They are merely for decoration. So if you come to Spain, don't pick the oranges from the trees to eat because you will be sadly not fulfilled with your quest to have a great orange.
Part of me likes to think that I just had a bad orange, so I would still say go for it. 50-50 chance, maybe some of them are good, or you'll get the same experience that I had, which is still a experience nonetheless.
Anyhow, the streets of Sevilla today are very busy because it is a holiday weekend here, so everyone is out and about having a grand old time.
Yeah, we're actually standing by the wall of the Palace of Alcazar, which is another attraction that you can see here, but we've actually decided not to go inside. We want to save our money and savor some amazing Spanish food.
Yes, while we can.
Yeah, and that's also why we decided not to go in the waffle mushroom thing, because you can actually take an elevator to the top of that. So we've made it to Plaza de España, and this entire plaza is absolutely beautiful, but one of the things that I love is they have these tiled little cubbies, and each one represents either a different city or region in Spain. I'm not sure which it is, but they're extremely beautiful and they're so colorful. And another thing is apparently they have these little bookshelves or these little bookends, and I guess you're supposed to leave books or pieces from that city in order to share it with others. That is something I read online, and I think it's a really special thing. It brings a lot of unification to all of Spain.
heading to the Santa Cruz area, which used to be an old charming Jewish neighborhood, but now it is the heart of historic Sevilla. And we're gonna go get some early tapas because tonight we're gonna go see a flamenco show, which I'm so excited for. We've been saving it for the very last day. We have taken a quick stop because these trees are filled with like millions of Indian ringneck birds, and they're like really pretty green parrots that are squawking very loud right now because there's a cat that is roaming the grounds, and I think they're trying to protect either their nest or their community or something like that. We just swung by and we got our flamenco tickets, so we can just enter very easily when 7 o'clock comes around. With it being our final meal here in Spain, we got all of our favorites tonight. We got some vermouth, some gazpacho,
sardines,
octopus, pork cheeks, and also some cheese, of course. And it was just really delicious. We got a little taste of everything, and we're very satisfied with all the food we've eaten in Spain. It has been out of this world and very delicious to say the least.
But now we're gonna head over to the flamenco show because it starts very soon, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, I want to get good seats. We got here nice and early and we have seats front and center, so we're just gonna wait for the show to start and experience flamenco.
That sign says not to jump on the stage and dance.
I was hoping they'd ask for volunteers and then I would have Chad go up. That flamenco show was by far the best thing we experienced in all of Spain, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about it once we get back to our Airbnb. But first, we needed to go find an ornament for Spain. Obviously, we're going to get a little flamenco dancer since we loved it so much. But which one? We're trying to figure out how to DIY this.
Show them your goodie bag.
Ornament show and tell time. So we do a lot of DIY ornaments because sometimes you just don't like the ornaments they have. So what I've done is I have picked up 2 magnets, and what we're going to do is we're going to pluck these magnets straight off of them, and then we're going to glue them like so, and then when I tie this string it will twirl around the Christmas tree and you'll see the lady twirling. Very cool. So, our Spain ornament. Now let's talk about the flamenco show.
Yes.
So Chad booked the flamenco show.
Yes.
I gave him full, authority?
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Power.
Yeah. I gave him full authority to choose the best flamenco show in all of Sevilla, and I think he did a fantastic job.
So first off, I was really happy with the venue there because it was a lot smaller, so it was definitely more intimate, and the 5 performers all played together just so well. They were always watching each other, and it just flowed extremely well.
Right, incredible teamwork, and I loved watching them watch each other, and like the guitarist as well as the singers would just keep an eye on the dancers' feet the entire time to see like what the beat is, and it was just such a grand time. There was just so much positive energy, and I was just getting chills all over my body, and they're just kind of like hyping each other up, and the energy is something that I want to hold on to forever.
For sure.
And I'm so glad that we saved it to be for our very last night in Spain, because it made it so much more special.
Yeah, like seriously, I want to remember this for such a long time. And I still can't get over the sound of their voices. It's extremely raspy, but they're also able to make it very loud along with their stomping and tapping. So it fills the room just so well.
You've got to do a flamenco show. We didn't get to film the whole thing because you can't film during the show, but at the very end they're like, all right, you can take photos and videos, and I actually really appreciated that because it gave me a moment to not be behind the camera and to just really enjoy the moment.
Yes, that is actually something I wanted to bring out, is I haven't seen a show in person in so long, and just seeing like raw talent versus just like hitting Spotify and pressing play, it makes you have so much more respect for the art of it. So anyways, moving forward, I'm just gonna remember that.
And what a wonderful note we've ended Spain on, and this country has really blown us away, and I'm glad that we got to spend several weeks here. And unfortunately, country number 7, which we were going to go to, the borders have closed, which means that we cannot enter the country, and so we're going to have to cut our travel short this year, but no worries, we're just gonna fly back home and enjoy the holidays with our family.
Which means that we can start off next year with more planning and be ready and recharged to keep making these videos, which are so much fun to make.
Absolutely, and we have really big plans for 2022, so we hope you'll stick around for that. If you haven't already, hit subscribe to follow along on the adventure, and with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.